ID attributes, okay, how we can apply ID attributes to our HTML elements. We could use it in styling, we could use it for JavaScript logic, we could use it for different identification, unique identifications activities in web development. Because most beginners think that HTML ID attributes is just for styling text. But if you really want to build a full web application, the ID is actually your code's unique fingerprints. Okay. So without any further delay, let's just dive into today's lesson. To start with, let's write a single comment, okay? And we say we are learning ID attributes, okay? So we use H1 first to understand the concept of HTML ID attribute. So to apply an ID, just type ID inside your opening tag, HTML element opening tag, okay? And you apply a unique ID name or value. So we can call this header1 or header, call it header1. So you don't start with a letter or a digit. You are always starting with a word, okay, alphabetical characters, okay. Then the next thing is to add the HTML content. So let's say we learn ID attributes. Okay, if we Control S, we can see here that we have the content as stated within the H1 element. So what we want to do now is we want to apply the ID attribute to style our H1 element. So if we come here, to be able to apply this, to use the ID in styling your H1, what you just do is to use the hashtag, okay, on your keyboard. Okay, then write the ID name, which is what, header1 in camel case as stated in the H1. Then open the curly brace, okay, and style your elements. So we can say color, for example, and return the black text color to red. Control S, and you can see, as you can see, it's changed. So the next thing is to know the difference between an HTML ID attribute and a class attribute. The last time we looked at the class attribute, and we see that the class attribute, we can use it to style multiple HTML elements, but for the ID attribute, we are only allowed to use it to style a specific HTML element within a single page of your application. So we'll now go into understanding what is called bookmarks with ID and links. So for instance, if we have multiple pages we have a very long page on our website. So let's say we have an H1, okay, and the H1 we want to give it an ID attribute, okay. Then we say that the ID attribute is going to be valued header. We add the value header to it. Then next we have a particular, maybe for instance we have chapters of a web page on our website, okay. We have different chapters of a particular article on our website or sections, and we want to apply a bookmark so that it can navigate or take us to that particular section in our website. So we could have maybe a section of P elements, and within that P element we can add like an anchor tag, okay. So the anchor tag is now going to take the bookmark format. So and for you to be able to achieve that, remember I said we were going to be adding the hashtag, okay, followed by the value of our ID, which is header, okay. And we can now add the content we can first add the content for our bookmark. We could say, maybe we say this is, let's just add a description here of what we are doing. First, create the header ID attributes. Then we can add a content here that says that, then add a link element, e.g. Anchor tag. Okay, and in this anchor tag, we could state that our link should be maybe chapter 1. Okay, that's like the referenced value. Okay, the reference value to this particular link. So what this simply means is that on our web page, we will have a section where we have the anchor tag, or if we don't want to have the anchor tag within this particular p tag, we can actually remove it. We can take it off. Okay, and we can apply a span. Let's say span, and we just put the anchor tag within the span element. Okay, let's Control Z. So we have a single one. So now we have this span, and we have this p tag. Okay, p element rather, and we have the header. So within this header, the header we state this: first create the header ID attributes. Then the p tag is going to tell us that then add a link element, e.g. an anchor tag, So what happens now is when we click this particular, if we open with live server so that it's more visual for you to understand what I'm talking about. So if we open with live server, and let's open with live server. I think it's still loading. If we open with live server, we see that now we have the header. Okay, first create the header ID attributes, then add a link element, e.g. an anchor tag. Now we have this chapter 1. What happens is that if we have multiple pages of a content similar to this on our website, and it's a very long, lengthy page of this section, of this particular section, it could be any other section. We could name it any other section. What the bookmark does is when we click on the link, it takes us to that specific section. So I'm going to be adding some already predefined code here. So let me grab it from my notepad, and I'm going to be adding it to this content so that we have a fuller idea of what I'm trying to explain. So if I Control A, Control C, copy, then if I come here and paste this particular code, then and I Control S, okay. Now we have these multiple lines, and we see that our page is lengthier than before. So what happens is if I click any of this link here, it will navigate me to this specific header. So for instance, if I click this chapter 4, now it has taken us to chapter 4. Okay, now we are in chapter 4 directly. Meanwhile, we have other chapter before it. Okay, if I click maybe chapter 6, it will take us directly to chapter 6. So there could be any other content within this chapter 6, or it could be any other thing that we have in this section of chapter 6, or this header could be something else aside. This is just like a demo to show you how the bookmark works. So basically, the bookmark is to quickly navigate or take us to a specific section of our web page. Okay, and it gives it, we can also add smooth scrolling or smooth scroller to this link, such that when we click on the link, it smoothly navigates to that page. But we'll do that when we get to our CSS phase of the project. So basically, this is how the bookmark, when we are applying an ID attribute to a bookmark. So another thing I want us to learn about ID attributes is how it is being applied in JavaScript, okay? Because in our later videos, you are still going to be learning more about JavaScript and how we use ID attributes to link between our scripts, our JavaScript document, and also our HTML document. So to actually apply ID attribute to a JavaScript document, we could simply go by a simple example. So let me comment this out so that it's more visible. We can select all again and comment it out. Voila. So if we Control S, we have more space to work with. Okay, so we go with a single, let's go with an header first. Okay, on each one, and it's still refreshing. The page is still refreshing, and let's go with an header one. We say JS ID attributes. Okay, so as an heading. So next, we'll just add a simple. We use a simple DOM element or DOM manipulation using JavaScript and ID attributes. So the first thing we want to do here is to actually, apply. Let's use a paragraph tag, okay, and we state the ID attribute we want. So the value is going to be para1, or let's say para1 dash 1. Okay, so that's the ID attribute, and within this we can give a short description applying or application of JS and application of ID attributes with JS file. Okay, so that's one. So another thing we now do is to create a simple script file here, okay, by creating a basic function, okay. And okay, so let's add a button here because we need a button to connect to our P element. So we say to connect to our function that we want to create in the script. So the button, and we give the button an on-click event listener. On-click, and within the on-click, we can give this. Okay, before we add the function, let's just go to our script and create the function first. We call the function, let's say greetings. Okay, greetings to be the function name. If you don't understand it, you don't have to worry about it. In our future video, you're still going to learn more about JavaScript. And so within this particular function, what we want to do is to use the document objects, document dots, and we will use the DOM elements, get element by ID, since we are going to be working with an ID attribute, get element by ID. Okay, and we open a bracket, and within our bracket we call our HTML ID attributes, which is what? Para1, para dash 1. Okay, and the next thing is to use an inner HTML value, HTML, okay, which is not going to be equals to a content we want to display. Okay, let's say greetings to you. Okay, then so this is what we are now going to do. Let's make sure that we have everything correct. Now, what happens is then we can now call our function here. We say greetings. Greetings is the function name. We call it in our button, because we are going to be using this button to make reference to our content. So what happens is when we click this particular button, click this particular button, it's going to hide our first application of ID attributes with JS file. It's going to add the content and display the greetings to you. Okay, that's just basically what this function is going to do. If you Control S, now we have this button. So let's just add something within the closing within our button element. So we can say click, click, or Control S. Okay, so now we can see the content within. We can see the button properly. So if we click here now, we are getting greetings to you. So basically, this is how we also apply the ID attributes to a JavaScript function. And because now this particular attribute, this ID is specific to this particular function, we could create another function that does something else rather than just clicking this button. If we refresh, we click the button, it redisplays. We can create another function that does something else, and that particular functionality is unique to that function, okay, to that function's scope, and the ID attribute makes that possible. As always, small bites make a big impact, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.